Yo 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 yo. Du 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 du. Halo guys. Guys. Bentar ya. Kita sound check dulu nih. Coba kasih tahu gua dong. Udah udah soundnya udah oke apa belum? Halo halo halo. Polite Cat, ada Chan Ichan, Rafan, Miyak, hai, Elimin, Stonefield, Arya Putra, Monak, aduh, loncat. Stonefield, Ryan, Monak, Muhammad Naufar, Rio Rahmat, Alvito, Javas, Arya Putra, Fano, Elimin, Muhammad Bayu RS, Putu, Set Impact, Dani, halo, aduh langsung loncat. Halo guys, apa kabar? Apa kabar? Kali ini kita bukan sembarang live nobar ya. Tapi sambil temenin gua makan, tuh gua udah bawa McD dan sengaja gua sinarin warna kuning. Udah kayak di McD beneran gak sih biar tetap panas, padahal nggak ngaruh. BTW guys, gue sound check ini dulu deh ya. Sound check suara ini dulu. Pas apa enggak? eh Gema atau enggak, terus suaranya pas apa enggak, suara gue kegedean apa kekecilan sama YouTube-nya, coba kasih tahu gue ya guys ya. Kalau udah oke, nanti gue mute lagi. Ini masih 8 menit lagi. Udah oke ya, udah aman ya. Rio Rahmat, thank you. Halo Farel, halo Dori. Perkiraan harganya berapa bang? Jangan tanya gue. Cukup bang. Oke, thank you Rifan. Aman ya? Oke, gue mute dulu nih ya. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah, biar ada backsound gitu. Kayaknya kalau cuman gue ngomong doang. Halo saudara-saudara. Absen dulu bang, furniture modern. Udah tadi, udah absen. Coba kita absen lagi ya. Ada Suti R, Muhammad Ibrahim, Singgi, Rudi, Kace, Reski. Wih, halo Reski. Halo kok katanya. Alan, Eras, Elimin, Chan Ichan lagi, Ernawati, Davin, ya udah. Muhammad Zaki, hai, Lenso, Fo, Rudi. Nih, kawanan ijo-ijo gua mana nih? Belum ada yang nongol kayaknya. Putu SM, Brian, Pangton, Zulkar, Riko, Ewing. Halo. Davin, aku terus, gue udah ngomong dari tadi Davin. Mr. Plaincat, Halimatul, Jonathan MP, tuh ngantuk tidur. Ada yang mau ikutan gue live streaming nggak? Coba kan. Halo Muhammad Zaki. Wih, welcome to Cupu Sport. Thank you. Sabar ya guys. Masih 5 menit lagi. YouTube kecilin bang. Nah tuh gimana nih? Kata Rafan suara YouTube-nya kegedean. Menurut kalian teman-teman yang lain gimana? Kalau beneran kegedean gue agak kecilin dikit nih. Makanya tadi gue minta tolong kalian kasih tahu. Halo Muhammad Adiatma Fahri Ahnaf. Halo Sri Hartini. Halo Cel. Cukup ya? Katanya cukup. Biarin aja kali ya. Jadi suara YouTube kegedean tuh kata si Fajar. Suara lu kurang gede bang. Yaudah. Suara YouTube-nya gue kecilin dikit lagi ya. Sabar. Suara YouTube-nya gue kecilin lagi. Ini udah lumayan gue kecilin. Bentar. Yah, nggak bisa ngetes. Pokoknya lagi diem dia. Nah, ini aja deh. Gimana ya? Ini aja deh. Ya. Oke, kita mulai mukbangnya. Sebenarnya gue lebih antusias sama makan gue karena gue lapar banget nih. Unboxing bareng-bareng. Jangan tanya harga, gue juga kagak tahu. Bentar ya. Sebentar. Kok diem sih ininya? Oh iya, tadi gue lupa sendiri. Will start soon. Kita lihat ada apa aja guys. Mukbang gua. Gini aja deh. Ini biasa tempe. Tempe. Aduh kok gue ngaco mulu ya ngomongnya. Sebut nama gua Muhammad Nathan. Aduh. Apaan lagi? Ada live streaming ngomongin tech sambil makan. ASMR. Bukan tempe, ini kentang. Salah ngomong gua. Iya, Muhammad Nathan. Dikasih sambal dari McD. Tapi gue punya sambal jawara gue sendiri guys. Jadi buat yang nggak tahu, kemarin gue baru balik Indo ya. Jadi gue nyetok sambal nih. Ada yang suka sambal ini nggak? Nah terus kentang gue. Kentang yang di shake gitu. Sabar ya, pokoknya masih 2 menit lagi. Kayaknya gue nih dalam waktu 5-10 menit juga udah habis semua makanan gue. Saking laparnya. Kita shake dulu. Mungkin jangan semua kali ya. Sisain dikit. Biar bumbunya lebih melimpah. Kurang bang. Menurut gue masih pol sambal ABC. Oh sambal ABC ya? Ada juga sih gue sambal ABC. Nih. Ini baru sih nih sebenarnya. Kok berhenti bang chatnya? Masa? Enggak kok. Halo Ignacio Melvin, salam dari Malaysia. Wah ini bumbunya nih guys. Ini obat pinter gua nih, micin. Kita shake dulu. Halo Riko. Apakah video ini disponsori oleh McD? Siapalah gua. McD bisa menyponsori channel culun ini. Mana ada McD mau sponsorin channel gadget. Tapi sambil makan kentang McD nggak ada. Ini mau nonton lo, siapa nontonin lu makan bang? Dua-duanya. Sorry ya kalau terganggu. Ini kita lihat. Yang nonton rame nggak? Apa pada lari semua nih? Kalian yang belum like live streaming ini bantuin gue like ya. Siapa tahu gue bisa alih profesi kan, jadi tukang makan. Jadi kalau channel gadgetnya lagi sepi, atau seperti sekarang modal gue udah mulai menipis buat beli HP-HP baru, kalian bisa support gue supaya jadi YouTuber mukbang. Udah mulai ya, maafkan saya, sabar.
Hello everyone, welcome to our online
Suara oke kan semua ya?
We're very excited to kickstart the year and be back on stage.
My
name is Angus and I'm the head of product marketing.
Oh ini agak nge-lag nih, gue refresh dulu bentar ya.
So it feels a little bit weird. But first, I want to wish everyone a belated Happy New Year. We're very excited to enter 2023
Suara oke ya semua ya?
with lots of new products aligned.
Gimana guys? Tolong kasih tahu gue dong.
Now,
Suara oke ya?
also marks a special milestone for us.
Subtitlenya oke. Ada nggak ya subtitle? Oh, subtitlenya nggak ada nih.
In the last 5 years.
Unavailable.
We went from being only known for the POCO F1.
Halo Arik.
Semoga
Bang Fendi menjadi brand ambassador McD.
Amin. The POCO community family. Every event and action we do is an effort for us to get to know you guys
hasil
better.
Dari ini.
Now, in 2022, we tested out the waters to get even
Abang aja yang jelasin ke kita, Bang. Tapi gue lagi mau makan gimana nih? Rempong juga ya?
Which is why we launched
Oke. Gue mencoba profesional. Translate dulu nomor 1.
F4 series to our newly introduced C series. 9 products in a year was a challenge.
Intinya dia lagi ngomongin masa lalu nih. Masa lalu. Intinya ngomongin 2022 mereka launching HP apa aja, guys.
More about what we should be doing this year. In 2023, we will be showcasing what we learned, and X series will be what we're introducing today. Today, we will be introduced the X5 series, which we believe is made for the young
content consumer sama content creator. Kalau X5 Pro,
we will be launching the base and the Pro together. So let's get started. Our POCO X5 5G will be the first to be introduced. And what you need to know about this device is, with the X5, its experience is just right. Everything is just right. But what do we really mean by just right? With what we learned from last year, most of us are actually content consumers.
Jadi ini dia lagi launching 2 HP, X5 sama X5 Pro.
Streaming and surfing the web or reading the news.
Nah, X5 itu katanya buat content consumer, maksudnya orang yang mengkonsumsi konten. Mungkin nonton YouTube, Instagram, sosial media, kayak gitu-gitu.
Actually, we want to reset the standard of a $200 segment smartphone without POCO
Terus dia bilang,
X5.
kalau kalian cuma mau mengkonsumsi konten mah nggak usah mahal-mahal, nggak usah sampai $600 harganya. $200 aja cukup katanya. Sound effect ya? Gue udah set sound effect gue belum ya? Ya, gue belum setup sound effect-nya, Yodit. Maaf ya, skip dulu.
We want to offer just the right display.
Nah, ini displaynya nih.
One thing we look at most from a digital device in our daily lives nowadays.
Harganya sabar, nanti di belakang.
Eye care are really important. We realize that in the current segment of $200 smartphones, a lot of mid-rangers are still mostly
kalau ada yang keganggu sama gua ngunyah ASMR, bilang ya, nanti gua jauhin mic-nya.
One of the first to change that trend. This is why we're providing AMOLED tech display with our POCO
pakai
X5.
AMOLED, guys.
It's the first X series base model that features an AMOLED display, and it's just such a wonderful experience. With AMOLED technology, one of the most obvious difference is that you can see incredible contrast ratio between
AMOLED,
as LCD has lighting up the whole panel, and AMOLED is individual smaller lights lighting up smaller areas that makes up the whole thing. So the color black, for example, becomes even more real with AMOLED.
$200 berapa bang? Kali aja. Berapa sih sekarang dolar? Gue kagak tahu, lupa juga.
When you compare the panels next to each other, is how bright AMOLED.
1200 nits.
With AMOLED, peak brightness allows you to see your display as bright as needed. But not only it's bright, of course, without AMOLED in the POCO X5, we have DCI P3 wide color gamut, which brings accurate coloring to our users' viewing experience. When you stream really colorful content, such as nature documentaries on your smartphone, it's really immersive and true to life. Now, I did say that in most smartphones in the segment, they are using LCD panels, but some do feature.
Bung Andi juga lagi unboxing tuh bang, barangnya. Unboxing di mana dia?
How about the speed?
Harusnya barang aja loh.
Featuring 120 Hz refresh rate in an affordable
Gue juga ada ayam nih guys.
High refresh rate has become the standard in flagship phones.
Kok jadi kecil ya ayamnya? Apa gara-gara resesi nih?
Segment as well.
Perasaan dulu nggak segede gini ayamnya.
We want to take the lead by giving you one of the highest refresh rate on the segment on an AMOLED panel. This is why our team at POCO is so
100. Oh nih, kayaknya harganya di sekitaran $200 guys. $200 itu ada yang bisa cek nggak?
Amazon, Twitter, TikTok.
Berapa rupiah? Bantuin cek dong.
While viewing with great colors and quality. But not only the X5 screen is top quality and smooth, eye care is absolutely critical. The X5 AMOLED display has passed 2 display tests, the SGS eye care test and the Seamless Pro display
Ada
test.
sertifikasinya juga.
Even throughout long hours of usage, the X5 is doing its best ability to protect your eyesight.
3,5 juta, 3 jutaan.
Now let's check out a video that describes the POCO X5's display.
Asli mana? Kapan rilis di Indo? Yo, kapan? Katanya Bung Andi udah unboxing. Berarti bentar lagi dong.
Display. Just right for content consumption with all the essential features of quality, smoothness.
1200 nits, 120 Hz, touch samplingnya 240. Itu sih yang penting-penting tuh. Bang udah makan belum? Nah ini lu kagak lihat gue lagi makan.
Something our fans have always taken extra notice of. In our POCO X5, we will be featuring the Snapdragon 695. Now this processor came from its Pro model from last year, which we were extremely satisfied with. Now this also means for the first time, our X series from base and Pro will be featuring 5G network.
Ingat ya, ini buat konten consumer.
The biggest highlight of Snapdragon 695 is that it's super power efficient. With the TSMC 6nm process, it doesn't overheat or drain the battery too quickly, making this one of the most balanced chipsets in the $200 to $300 segment. But power efficiency doesn't mean it's not fast enough or it's too slow. If you take the Snapdragon 695 and do a comparison in Antutu,
X5 biasa ya.
you find it outperforming older mid-range chipsets such as the 732G, which was actually a very
Pro
awesome
juga gue
chipset
belum
when
tahu
we
sih.
launched with the
Nanti
X3
habis ini yang
NSC.
Pro, sabar.
But with an Antutu over 400,000,
Aduh,
casual gaming, opening
ada yang udah pada
multiple apps,
makan belum guys?
have no issues at all. And when we did run it with a famous battle royale game, Free Fire, we played for about 1 hour under high graphics in the 60 FPS settings. Now, it reached an average of 59.5 for this whole hour. While the smartphone was only at a temperature of 37.4, 37.4, which means you won't feel the phone getting hot at all. It's honestly more than enough for gaming for 1, 2, 3, or 4 hours. Yay! But we also, on top of that, with a great processor, we also have great RAM and ROM options, with RAM optional up to 8 GB and ROM optional up to 256 GB. Of course, we didn't forget the beloved expandable storage that can go up to 1 TB. And this is also the first time we actually put 8 GB RAM option in our base series.
Sama bisa dia nambah memori ya.
You do need that extra RAM for even more multitasking, where you want to keep more apps in the background. We have dynamic RAM expansion technology 3.0. Now this means
ada SD card slot kata si
Yodit. RAM device, it can use some of the ROM space and make the RAM go up to 13 GB. I found this super easy, and usually I just leave it on the whole time, making sure I have enough RAM space for the apps that I'm actually running in the background.
Kenapa tesnya pakai app?
So this is our X5's performance. So we start with 5G network that is featured with the Snapdragon 695.
nanometer dia guys.
Then we add in 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage for your saved media content. So what we deem this is the right performance.
Makan nggak nawarin bang, udah lu nya aja yang telat datangnya.
Now let's take a quick glance about design of the POCO X5. So let's start with the color black.
Ya 778 lebih bagus.
Color for all smartphones.
Mungkin nanti yang di Pro-nya ya.
Really go wrong.
Ini masih yang biasa ya. Jadi jangan
Really
sedih.
bright light, you'll see it change to a dark gray tone. So it's got a little metallic feel to it. Up next, we have our blue, which I believe is my personal favorite for the POCO X5. It just becomes so vibrant, youthful, and full of personality.
Mungkin kesian juga brand-brand.
And lastly, we're bringing a new color variant into
HP juga berpikir keras nih gimana supaya bisa
color, but a bit more
tetap
calm. A
kasih
great
yang
color,
terbaik.
nonetheless, if you want something between the classic feel and the vibrant feel. So green hits that spot.
Pakai nasi bang biar kenyang. Ini udah ada kentang.
3 stunning colors. So I'm very curious which one is your favorite. Now, we talked about the color options. We showcased the overall look. But that's not all there is to design. With the POCO X5, we also took a hard look at weight and thinness. Our previous generation from 2 years ago was pretty heavy, was a little bit thick, but we see the modern mid-range smartphones are still rather bulky in general.
Kalau nggak salah versi Cina-nya itu dia pakai Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 ya, tapi jadi global diganti ya sama dia ya.
And in smartphone standards,
gue juga belum pernah coba sih yang 4 Gen 1 itu sehebat apa.
Below 190 grams, making it much lighter than its predecessor. So the POCO X5 5G is not only a pretty good-looking device, but also designed to feel good as well. Holding it for one hand for long periods of time won't be too uncomfortable.
Ini udah, gua mukbang kayak gini aja udah salah ya. Jangan sampai kalian suruh gua eksperimen dengan coba-coba makanan pakai lontong segala.
It's the X series. Never worry about battery life. It comes with a 5,000 milliamp all-day battery, a standard size for mid-range smartphones these days. But when fully charged, you'll be able to get so many hours of entertainment. You can watch tons of content and scroll through social medias for hours, which I know we all do, especially before we go to bed or when we wake up. And when you do need to charge it, with 33-watt fast charging, you can charge a 5,000 milliamp battery in just 68 minutes.
Di berbagai
so just a little bit over 1 hour.
Nggak cuma di HP, tapi nih di Mac juga, gue berasa ayamnya lebih kecil, guys.
And when we compare ourselves to Samsung A70 series in charging, we're also 35% faster than them, which makes
33 watt
the best mid-range charging available in the $200 segment. And of course, when it comes to the overall design experience, we still have these little functions that you guys love.
IR
blaster for your home appliances, NFC for wireless payments, and lastly, that headphone jack for that high-quality
audio Singapura mah mana ada nasi.
So we talked about the POCO X5 looks, weight, thinness, battery size. Another area we want to talk about today is
si Arik aja sampai terbengong-bengong baru kali ini ada live streaming gadget sambil mukbang.
So when
keren ya. Kalau ada yang nggak senang, bodo amat. Channel gua lagi lapar.
It's a very handy insurance.
Ada IP53-nya.
We did a bunch of tests. We did the drop test, the squeeze test, the roller testing, and the charge interface plug test. This is all.
Gue tadi mau jadiin ASMR, tapi ada teman-teman yang terganggu juga, jadi nggak usah deh ya. Gue agak jauhin mic-nya.
All of these tests to ensure our quality. And lastly, we've got camera.
Nah, kita lihat kameranya nih, guys.
This smartphone is all about content consumption, but that doesn't mean we don't have a capable camera.
Tuh, dia bilang, ini kan buat content consumption. Berarti kameranya nggak usah terlalu bagus-bagus lah. Dia bilang kayak begitu. Ingat ya, konsumsi, konten. Halo, Brian Wan.
So let's take a look at some sample shots. With our POCO X5 5G, we have a variety of camera modes to meet your daily use, to capture your most precious moments in life with different lenses. Main sensor to capture the landscapes, ultra-wide for group photos, macro for close-up shots, and portrait to showcase
48 megapiksel, ada makro, portrait.
And, of course, selfie camera. We all like to take that selfie once in a while. But we also have a great deal of video modes that you can play around with. Now, out of all of these modes, my favorite is still the movie filters. It's such a cool feature for your short travel videos with your loved ones and friends.
Ini masuk Indo nggak, Bang?
So this
tadi katanya Bang Andi
X5
itu
5G.
Udah unboxing, bener nggak?
Just right for content consumption, with a great display that stands out from the rest of the segment, and other features that meets your daily needs and more. So again, if you're in the market for a phone and you're not a
yang mau sholat, selamat sholat ya.
Content or gaming, this is a device for you. So should we reveal the price?
48 megapiksel.
Just the right price.
Harga nih, harga.
I said it earlier and enforced in almost
Nanti bantuin gue juga ya, guys. Tolong di convert berapa duit.
So let's take a look.
Tangan gue lagi kotor. Duh, culun banget loh. Dia bandingin sama siapa tuh?
In every single category, we're either on par
Samsung
or better, especially in performance, display features, and charging. We take the lead. Now, their current promotional price, not launch price, is around $270. So let's check out our RRP price for the POCO X5. Starting at $249 for the low variant and $299 for a high variant. So we're hitting that 200 segment hard with so many great features.
Berapa tuh?
Now I did say it's the new year.
Chefudin 3,3 katanya. Wah,
So,
gila.
with the early bird, it starts at $199 and $249.
Buset, 200 early bird.
$199. So we actually
200
just
berapa
punched
tuh jadinya?
below the $200 range for our base model. This is just the right price for sure. So when we come back to this, even when the competitor has a promotional price,
Mana
our
ada
early
5
bird is
juta.
offering much more value. And even with our RRP price and our base variant,
Halo
it's
Raffi,
still lower.
3,8
So
sama
the POCO
4,5.
X5 5G,
Waduh,
with
serem.
everything it brings, it offers one-of-a-kind value in this segment. Now, the channel availability will be starting February 7th, tomorrow. Don't
Pakai
miss
chipset
out.
apa?
Make sure to
695 ya.
follow your local social media region accounts to stay up to the latest offers and prices. Now, we talked about our base model. Let's talk about X Series Pro model.
Ini yang Pro-nya
Which
nih.
has always been one of the best, if not actually the best-selling model for our brand. Ever since the POCO X3 Pro in 2021, we've had huge success in this line of products. And last year, when we launched the all-around ace, the POCO X4 Pro 5G, it was also a huge success. It was loved by our media friends, saying it's a big improvement all around, punching way above the price point. It was a hit. In fact, it was such a hit. Just at the end of 2022, Mr. Who's the Boss, one of the biggest tech YouTuber, crowned the POCO X4 Pro 5G as the best budget phone of 2022.
Ya, habis
And since
guys.
the launch of February in
Ayam
2022,
gua gila
we
tambah
shipped
kecil
more
serius
than
MACD-nya.
2.2 million units globally. So this
Dulu
was
kayaknya nggak
definitely one of the best-selling smartphones for
sekecil
us
ini.
that year. But like I said earlier,
Harga sih
the
sama.
POCO X5 5G, the base model, is geared towards those who are content consumers. And this year, we want to gear the POCO X5 Pro for the creators. Which means we actually have to tailor to
Ayamnya
more
masih
their needs
SM.
as their demands grow.
Parah,
Pro
parah,
models
parah,
will
parah.
have more of a capability of gaming, photography, and videography compared to the base model. So let's introduce the POCO X5 Pro 5G. Now, in my opinion, this might be the fan favorite device this year.
Ini Pro-nya ya.
So, what is the theme? The secret to win.
Rumornya katanya
We
pakai
believe the
778
POCO
ya.
X5 Pro is one of the best devices
Coba lihat
drawn
bener
up
nggak ya?
and created ever. Which is why our aim this year for the POCO X5 Pro 5G
Ayamnya di zoom
is
biar
to be the
gede.
best smartphone in the $300
Terus gua
segment.
makan layarnya gitu.
It's a bit ambitious, but with the success of
Ini
previous
enak juga
X
nih.
Pro models, we definitely have the confidence. So let's get started. First up, winning performance. I know this has always been a crucial point for our X Pro models. Now, what do we mean by winning performance? What's the secret to
1080
winning
ya.
performance? We
Dimensity
learned in the
dong.
market when you go full on performance, overheats and battery consumption becomes an issue. But when you care too much about power efficiency, you lack performance. Winning performance is all about achieving the great balance of both, which is why we decided to put the Snapdragon 778G
Tuh, bener kan?
in our POCO
778.
X5 Pro, one of the most beloved and perfect balance chipset on the market. Now, the 778G is a very mature processor,
TSMC 6
but one of the best
nanometer.
ever released by Snapdragon. With 4 A78 cores and 4 A55 cores, it has a rare structure.
Harusnya ini
even till
chipsetnya
today.
oke sih.
And compared to the new chips, it still matches them with the TSMC 6nm process. So honestly, one of the best processors
Mahal
I've
bang.
ever come
Nggak
across
tahu deh berapa
at
duit.
this price point. But I do want to highlight a few things on this processor because I will explain the gaming performance shortly. But one thing that really stands out
Skip. Udah
is the
ketinggalan zaman
Snapdragon
prosesor
778G
segitu. Udah beli
ISP,
iPhone aja kalau gitu.
so image signal processor. At 2
Kemahalan
gigapixels
tapi ya.
per second, it can process your videos, photos faster than before. And when it comes to make your camera even smarter, with 12 tops, which means trillion operations per second, it can recognize which environment faster when you're taking photos and then adjust to it faster. The Snapdragon 778G has that capability, which is why on top of the performance that it's already quite known for, this is a forgotten area. But of
Iya nih
course,
kayaknya
when you take an
yang
overall
misalnya 4 Gen 1, 6 Gen 1, 7 Gen
against
1
one of the
belum
recent
keluar ya
mid-range
yang
chipsets
global.
that's been
Udah ada belum
released
sih
from
HP global yang pakai
1080,
chipset yang kayak begitu?
still overtakes it. Now,
Apa kayaknya
everyone
mereka
would
punya
assume,
masalah produksi kali
yes,
jangan-jangan.
newer could be better, but we have a different take. To me, SoCs are actually starting to become like cars. A slightly newer car doesn't necessarily mean it's better. The industry is changing fast, and at POCO,
tuh diaduin sama 1080 tuh.
rush to the new. And for those who want to see some FPS testing, we also ran the POCO X5 Pro on a gaming test.
OnePlus ada bang kalau nggak salah. Serius OnePlus, tapi yang global kan? Maksud gue yang global loh, bukan yang China.
With just a temperature of 39.8. So it's super cool, but yet very smooth. The overall hardware for speed and power on X5 Pro is winning all around. But we also improved on the software. Introducing the MIUI 14.
Lihat lu makan gue jadi ikutan lapar bang. Makan lah.
And I want to talk about two things we've really optimized this time around. First, I want to talk about how we optimize RAM. This is one of the two key functions that really boosts the overall performance.
Ini pakai MIUI 14 nih.
Now, usually there's a lot of small apps, widgets running all the time.
MIUI pertama nih, MIUI 14 pertama nih. Kayaknya
you have 6 GB of RAM. You don't actually have the full 6 GB of RAM, which is kind of given. But we want to optimize as much as possible to give our users more usable RAM.
Padahal yang
which is why we optimize functions such as
process
start as the first step. And then a lot more system app usage have been optimized for smaller RAM occupation. And lastly, the overall platform memory usage became smaller on MIUI 14, which means there'll be more usable RAM
udah kelar deh.
that are actually using. So you might
Terima kasih teman-teman yang sudah menemaniku makan.
Usage, it makes a huge difference.
I love you full.
And next, we have storage optimization.
Nanti kita melakukannya bersama-sama guys.
Even when you're making a purchase of a
smartphone, makan, mungkin nanti gue sambil
ngapain
bersama kalian semua.
256 GB, which one is enough?
Chat global pada komen boykot. Mending kalian spam ke sono suruh nonton ke channel YouTube bercupu buat yang Indonesia.
Maybe not all, but a huge majority of us.
Lumayan kalian membantu
and then we just leave it
channel ini berkembang guys.
And before you know it, you're running low on storage. With MIUI 14 for POCO,
apapun makanannya, jawara sausnya. Kim Jong Un tahu aja.
1 month, it will automatically compress it for you to create more space. So it's super handy and you never have to worry. So this is our POCO X5 Pro's performance. A winning performance achieved by a great processor and software. No matter what task you throw at it, it's
coy.
Great. Now earlier, we did mention about how great the Snapdragon 778G is in camera capabilities.
Halo Abdul.
So let's talk about a winning camera. Now, based on our knowledge from last year, we understand a lot of users really love
winning kamera nih katanya nih
on the POCO X series. So we want to establish what is a winning camera in 2023. To us, it's got to be clear, versatile,
kameranya
and
bagus nih.
fast. So clear meaning quality, versatile meaning it's got lots of different functions, and fast means it can actually capture on the spot. Which is why one of the first decision we want to bring back is 108 megapixel.
Halo Sujadi Jaya Hartono.
Super well in the POCO X4 Pro 5G, and we think it's the winning camera in this segment. But besides 108 megapixel on the POCO X5 Pro, we also feature an ultra-wide camera and a macro camera. Now, some of you may think it's a very similar camera from last year. However, it's actually about choosing the right processor with the right lens. It can unlock amazing possibilities.
108 megapiksel.
That is different.
Kameranya.
There's a big correlation between the two. If you have a great lens, but the processor can't really catch up to it, it's not as useful. So firstly, we have these two working together. So speed, night mode, and photography quality has greatly improved compared to the last generation. So experience is completely
different. Nggak dikasih tahu sensornya apaan.
So let's check out the internal structure of this 108 megapixel. And then we jump straight into the photo. Now, with an advanced
kamera makronya keren.
Megapixel, we took this very cool shot.
Emang apa kamera makronya bukannya 2 megapiksel?
But what makes 108 megapixel fun to play around with? It's the ability to really zoom in after you've taken the shot and see some details. So over here, when you zoom in closer, you can actually see we place a little X pin on the collar of the models. So
aduh, ini mah kau mendang-mending nggak peduli sama kamera, ini mah cuma peduli chipset, antutu, Genshin Impact.
But up next, we have night mode, which is something I've really realized our fans
Ya,
love
dikasih
to
night
use.
mode lagi nih.
So
Yang
let's check out the
mendang-mending
latest
mah
night mode
apa
shot.
night mode?
Without 9-in-1
Tapi gue
bidding
penasaran,
technology on the POCO
kaum
X5
mendang-mending
Pro,
beneran
we've
ada
actually
kaum
really
mendang-mending yang
improved our
butuh
night mode. In
kamera
fact,
nggak sih?
with the 7780
Jadi nggak terlalu
capabilities,
pentingin
night mode
performance.
becomes clear and crisper
Kayaknya
than before.
sedikit.
In this shot, we also played
Nggak
around with
banyak
element of
kayaknya.
X,
Coba
and
kita
the
lihat.
model just still looks very clear.
OIS,
and poses
OIS,
very,
apa
very
itu
clean.
OIS bagi kaum mendang-mending? Para pemuja chipset
And then
tuh.
we also took an ultra wide
Kamera
shot
cuma
with
buat
X
gaya.
mode. We're just
Nggak
having a
butuh
little bit of fun
kamera
here.
tuh kan.
Ultra wide is always practical for capturing
Tuh.
more, especially for
Butuh
group
bang buat
photos.
nangkep momen. Weh,
And
ini
then we
Rafiq
have our
nih
portrait
mendang-mending
mode,
yang
so you
masih
can
oke
take the
nih,
shots
masih
of your
keren nih.
friends or yourself looking very handsome or beautiful. And lastly, we also
Gua
have
sih
the
yang
macro
penting
camera,
balance
a
bang.
small
Oke,
feature that can
mantap.
bring out some creativity when you're shooting small objects. The
Nolep
POCO
bang,
X5
nggak butuh
Pro has
kamera.
all the modes, but comes with
Hati-hati,
clarity
ini
and
yang nggak butuh
So make sure
kamera,
you
nggak
play
butuh
around with
kamera,
it,
mungkin
create some
kalian
pro content that you
jomblo
can
kali
share
ini.
with
Ntar
others.
kalau saat kalian udah
But
punya
besides photos,
pacar, mungkin kalian nanti
with the
baru
power of
butuh kamera
7780G,
untuk
we're also
menangkap
bringing 4K
momen,
to the X5 Pro, allowing you to
siapa tuh
capture
tadi?
Ultra HD content when you're traveling to places with beautiful landscapes and scenery. And while you're traveling, make sure you
Fungsi
take a
kamera
vlog
apa
video
bang?
to capture those
Buat
small
yang nggak
burst
jomblo
moments
aja
of
sih
joy
kayaknya.
and mix it all in one. It's like a personal recap video. It's a mode I've been exploring and hoping to create more as I travel. Now we spoke a lot about the photo modes and the video modes of the X5 Pro. Now let's check out video going through all the capabilities of the X5 Pro's camera.
Ini apa nih? Oh bentuknya mirip ya, kayak X5 biasa. Cuma kayaknya lebih gede deh kemarin modelnya. Oh dia ngotak. Agak ngotak ya? Ya nggak sih? Ini jadi ingat yang Bung Andi dulu kan kayaknya pernah bikin-bikin kayak begini ya. Sama Om Deddy kalau nggak salah deh. Ada yang ingat nggak itu HP apa? X3 ya kalau nggak salah ya. Sampai kayak begitu.
To sum up our POCO X5 Pro's camera, it really is our winning camera. With the help of a mature and fast processor,
X3
as well as
GT
software
ya.
improvements, everything changes. Everything becomes better. We want to ensure the X5 Pro's camera is fast,
4K
versatile,
video.
and clear for our content creators, giving them all the necessary
Night mode.
features
Wah
and
nggak penting
tools
semua
to
nih
create
kayaknya
winning
sama
content.
kaum mendang-mending nih. Apa itu
So
kamera?
with all those awesome videos and photos being created, of course, we need a winning display.
Tadi ada yang bilang yang Pro nggak ada TKDN-nya
Now
ya?
everyone knows in this segment
Tadi siapa yang
of
ngomong
mid-range
nggak ada
pro
TKDN-nya
models,
yang Pro ya?
AMOLED isn't that rare anymore. In fact, it's actually quite the norm. So how do we take it to the next step? How does POCO X5 Pro 5G takes it to the next step?
Kalau beneran berarti
Today, we
POCO
want to
Indonesia
introduce
mengerti
Flow
kalian loh.
AMOLED,
Nah
which is also
bener
known
ya
as
Yodit ya?
flexible
Nggak ada
display
TKDN ya?
technology. So if you don't
Mungkin
know
nggak
what does
dikeluarin
flexible
kali.
display mean, it's actually displays that can be folded or curved when necessary.
Versi Pro
It's a
rilis nggak ya di
premium-grade
Indo?
AMOLED
Tadi kata
has lots of benefits that I'll explain shortly.
Kelvin bilang yang Pro enggak.
This, of course, is the first
Yang
Flow AMOLED
yang
Pro X
biasa
series.
itu udah ada,
Now,
itu
first
gue yakin.
Flow
Cuman
AMOLED
yang
is
Pro
actually
gue
featured
nggak
in
tahu
our
ada
POCO
apa enggak
F4 GT,
TKDN-nya.
which is our best flagship yet. But we're
Kenapa gue
bringing
bisa
this now
yakin?
to our X
Nanti gue
series.
kasih tahu.
But what's the actual benefit? Well, the first thing is how it's designed. As you can see here, the display is actually folded in. So this makes the phone look so much better because the overall look will just become much thinner. It offers a ultra thin bezel. Compared to our last generation, the chin
bezelnya
becomes so
tipis,
much thinner, and that creates an immersive viewing experience. But
Tapi
then when we compare most displays in
dagunya
this segment,
gimana?
which uses a glass material AMOLED, Flow AMOLED is lighter and thinner, which will help the overall body feel. But that doesn't mean it's not sturdy. In fact, with Flow AMOLED, we did a
Apaan tuh
drop
Flow
resistance
AMOLED?
test for cracked screens. We dropped more than 100 units of X5 Pro from 1 meter, and it
Drop
resistance achieved
resistant
90%
from 1
plus
meter
improvement
improve.
compared to the last generation.
Jadi lebih tahan jatuh
And of
dari
course,
ketinggian
with
1
all
meter.
that, we still
Lebih
maintain all the flagship color
meningkat
features. There's DCI
90%.
wide color gamut, 10-bit, and HDR
Ingat
10
ya,
plus,
meningkat
ensuring your flow
90%,
AMOLED
bukan
experience is
artinya
top-notch in all
90%
aspects.
nggak
And with
pecah.
Dolby Vision on board as well, you can
Meningkat
view certain
dari
content
90%
with
dari
crystal clear
sebelumnya
quality,
ya.
boosting that viewing
Ya, ada
experience even
kemungkinan
more
pecah
so.
juga maksudnya.
And just to mention, in case you're wondering, yes, the POCO X5 Pro 5G is on a 120 Hz refresh rate panel. So it offers the flagship combination of Flow AMOLED and 120 Hz experience.
Tapi kotak desainnya
Colorful,
keren
and
juga nih.
clear. Winning display.
Flat gitu.
But there's more. With long hours of staring at your
Nah
screen,
nih,
we want to
gede
make
nih.
sure without Pro
PWM
display,
dimming.
we do our absolute best to take care of your eyesight. Which is why for the X5 Pro, we're introducing 1920 Hz PWM dimming.
BTW guys,
Absolute crucial
buat
feature
yang
for nighttime
happy
viewing.
nonton di sini,
In dark
gue minta tolong
environments,
gampang banget.
1920 Hz
Kalian
PWM
bantuin
dimming
gue buat
will
like
protect
video
your eyes
ini ya.
without sacrificing
Makin
image
banyak yang
quality
nge-like,
under low light
nanti
conditions.
channel
So
gue
let's take a look
makin
at a comparison video
disebar
and how it
YouTube
works.
nih videonya. Jadi bantu-bantu lah, bantu-bantu. Oke? Ini yang nonton 900-an, 800-an, tapi yang likes belum ada setengahnya.
So this
Boleh
is
yuk
our winning
bantuin.
display.
Oke, thank you ya
Flow
yang udah.
AMOLED to take the lead. One of the rarest feature in the $300 segment. 120 Hz to pair with it. Great colors, quality, and
Dolby
most
Vision
importantly, eye
HDR
care
10 Plus,
that this segment
10
rarely
bit.
has as well. This
Cop
is what we
packaging
deem
apaan
as
tuh
a
tadi cop
winning
packaging?
display.
Bezelnya tipis.
Up next, let's talk about battery.
Baterai
We've gone
paling
through pretty
goceng.
much everything that eats up a smartphone battery. So what does winning battery
Tapi
mean
winning
to
loh
us?
dia bilang. Jangan-jangan lebih dari
It means
goceng.
never have battery anxiety. We want to help those who are
Wah,
anxious
apa nih?
about running out of
Penasaran
battery
gua.
when they're out and want a quick charge. It happens to the best of us. When we've got to go out, we take a look at our smartphone, 23% left. What are we going to do? I got 15 minutes before I have to go outside. And you don't want to carry a power bank. You don't
Oh,
want to carry a
kalau
charger.
enggak
But don't worry, the
kapasitasnya
POCO
gede,
X5 Pro
chargingnya
also
gede
got
sih
an
paling.
all-day battery with turbo charging.
Tuh kan, turbo
And with our
charging.
Pro model, we still have an all-day
Iya,
battery of
goceng.
5,000 milliamp, so the duration is still pretty
Chargingnya
great.
paling gede nih kayaknya.
And when we do need to charge up really quickly, we're bringing the
67
67-watt
watt.
turbo charging. This is the best combination in my opinion. 67 watt and 5,000 milliamp. So like I said earlier, when you have those moments or you forgot to charge your phone at night, in a time of a coffee break, you can charge up the phone up to 30%. Watch a
7 menit
TV episode of 20 minutes
30%,
or so,
22
and you'll be
menit
charging 70%.
70%.
And if you're charging up while having a 30 minutes lunch break at work, it can charge up to 90%. It becomes so easy and stress-free. So with the combination of 5,000 milliamp battery and 67 watt turbocharging, you can actually charge
Kayaknya
to
keren nih.
100% in
Bentuknya
just
ngotak
46
gitu.
minutes. That's winning charging speed right there. And in this segment of mid-rangers, we also compared ourselves with one of the
Dibanding
A70
sama
series, which has the same battery
A70
size.
Galaxy.
With 67 watts advantage over 25 watt, the difference is actually double. 46 minutes is super easy, and we're actually much shorter time.
Ini kayaknya gua buang aja deh ya.
And along with 4K video recording and gaming, like the two
gini
features
aja.
we mentioned earlier, you can get more than 5 hours and 7 hours. As you all know, those are very demanding features, but yet we can go for all day on a single charge.
Biar lebih gede.
Of course, we will be pairing the 67 watt charger in box. So it's super handy for your travels. So you don't need to bring multiple chargers, just one to charge all your devices.
Chargerannya
Laptop,
katanya
gaming console,
bisa
earphones,
kompatibel
or
buat
tablets. It's
macam-macam.
been great for me personally when I just have to bring one charger for my short trips. So a lot of powerful features.
Nah,
108
ini dia
megapixel,
mau
big battery, faster charging.
kasih tahu kayaknya
And this phone
desainnya
must be
slim
bulkier
nih
for this
bentuknya
range.
nih.
Well, actually, we're so very much confident on winning
Oh,
design
pantesan dia
experience.
belum ngomongin
Design
desainnya
has
ya.
been very well thought out for the POCO X5 Pro.
Nih, kayaknya nih.
But what is winning design? We really had to dig in and ask
Jual
ourselves this. Is it
jualan
all about
salah
looking
satu
good?
jualan utamanya
It's
kayaknya
actually more than that.
desainnya
Looking
nih.
good is absolutely important.
Dia
We
bilang
also want the design
untuk
to be
desain
sleek
yang
and
juara
functional.
desain itu
A
apa aja
good
sih?
design
Sleek,
experience must
stylish,
meet all three of
fungsional.
these areas, which is why our POCO X5 Pro 5G is not bulky at all. In fact, it is our slimmest X series yet, sitting at 7.9 millimeters and 181 grams. We've made huge strides ever since
Keren
our
loh,
first
itu
POCO
power
X3
buttonnya
NFC
ikutan
model,
warna kuning
from
juga.
9.4 millimeter and over 200 grams. In 2 years' time, we've cut it down to below 8 millimeters and almost at 180 grams. So this makes one-hand usage and the overall feel of this series getting better and better each time. And to further improve hand feel experience, our POCO X5 Pro
Hand
comes with
feel
a flat
and
frame
grip,
design,
flat
which is
frame
the winning
design.
factor to the
Tumben ya dia
ultimate hand
ngomongin
feel
desainnya
and grip.
bagian terakhir ya.
Now we talked about how it feels. Let's check
Tombolnya
out
tuh
the
guys,
colors.
ada warnanya.
First, we have black on the POCO X5 Pro. Now with the big deco design and the body, it actually makes up a two-tone black touch to it, making it more premium. And then we have blue, which, like I said earlier, this type of blue is super vibrant and young, like its little brother, the X5 5G.
Birunya terang gitu.
On a darker blue and a lighter blue, this also makes a great-looking device under bright environments. And lastly, we gave you guys a sneak peek earlier in earlier renders. Yellow. POCO yellow.
Ada aksen hitam-hitamnya di kamera modul sama di frame-nya gitu.
Contrast the yellow and black. It looks super close. If you look closely, we also made the power button yellow as well. So it works really well with black frame.
Gak dengar apa nih tadi? Gue udah bilang
black,
sih?
blue, and yellow. Now my favorite's gotta be the yellow. Now usually I'll
yellow
probably choose black,
katanya.
but this yellow is really special.
Bener sih, yang kuning itu spesial karena ada kayak dual tone gitu, ada hitam sama kuning dan frame-nya tuh. Kalau kalian lihat tuh ya, yang warna biru, frame-nya ikutan jadi warna biru. Speakernya juga kayaknya. Dolby Atmos, winning sound quality.
And another very important feature for design function is the phone's haptic. This is everything when it comes to the feel of each vibration that comes out of the phone. And trust me, having a good one really matters.
Which is guys, yang nonton udah mau 1000, likes-nya masih 588.
It's flagship grade.
Yuk bisa yuk, yang belum likes bantuin ya.
So with all the design experience gone through, it really is a winning design experience.
Halo Bang, salam dari Bali. Halo, hobi nge-game.
This is truly a winning design experience. For now, let's check out a product video.
Thank you ya yang buat udah like. Apaan nih? Pop, pop. Widih. Keren. Mantap. Gue ngomong seriusan nih, kayaknya terkesan ini gue. Wow, 108 megapiksel. Oh ternyata itu baru di dalam game guys tadinya.
So this is our POCO X5 Pro 5G with so many features that are packed.
The secret to win.
It is for sure
4K night mode 108 megapiksel 778
chipset that boosts the camera capabilities.
MIUI 14 for POCO sih ini yang cukup menarik nih.
And turbocharging. A display
1920 10 bit
equal to the class above.
Full AMOLED 120 Hz 67 watt charging 5 goceng.
This is our POCO X5 Pro.
Goceng baterai dual speaker.
To the most exciting
harga.
part,
nah,
sure.
Harga. Gue udah bisa ngecekin nih buat kalian nih.
Sure many of you right now have been itching to know this answer. So let's check out a quick comparison. Now we compare ourselves to another mid-range on the market. It's easy to say we outrank them in many aspects. I said it earlier, we want to be the best smartphone in the $300 segment. So let's see our base price first. For our X5 Pro, our base variant
6128 harganya
8 GB option. We have an amazing price of $299.
USD
so actually, I lied. We're lower than $300 if we're counting the base
4,5 juta. Tapi ini kayaknya belum ini nih. Early bird-nya itu
how much lower? $249.
$249.
3,7
atau 3,8 rupiah ya guys.
67 watt turbocharging, flow AMOLED of 120 Hz. Think about that. Digest it for a second.
Halo Erwandi.
And then you think $249.
Benar 299.
Pretty good, right? But we
still
have the higher variant.
like
For the
video
8
ini,
gigabyte,
jangan lupa
plus
bantuin like ya.
256 gigabyte
Kita
high
jadiin
variant option. We have a
800
price
dong.
of $349.
349 itu berapa?
And with the early bird,
349.
$299. So surprise.
Oh,
Both
early bird
variants
aja
are actually
langsung.
under $300
4,5
without
juta.
early bird promotional prices. It's a little deal. We want to bring
4,5
to you
juta
for
untuk
the New Year's.
varian yang paling
So we hope
tinggi.
you guys really like these prices, as our team has worked insanely hard to lower it. So then when we come back to this comparison, it's almost like we're not in the same segment anymore. So with our channels also opening up on
4,5
February
juta
7th, I'm going to
untuk
say it
yang
again. This might be the deal of
8256
the
ya, kalau
year.
nggak salah tadi ya.
I know it's only the second month of the year, but still,
Harga early
value
bird-nya.
is absolutely
Mungkin
insane.
harusnya ya, masuk Indonesia nggak jauh-jauh dari
we brought
harga
two
early
shocking
bird-nya
devices.
ya.
The POCO X5 5G
Harusnya.
and the POCO X5 Pro 5G. Made for the content consumer
Nih,
and the creators.
itu guys.
The POCO X5 series is here and to set the standards in the
Diingetin.
market. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to be presenting and sharing with you guys. I guarantee it won't be long till we bring even more amazing products on your way. Enjoy the upcoming spring weather. It's been a special one. For now, till next time.
Oke. Oke guys, segitu aja videonya. Buat kalian yang udah nungguin X5 series, BTW yang Pro-nya juga tadi ada yang bilang TKDN-nya belum tahu ya. Jadi sekarang baru confirm yang X5. Dan siap-siap kalian bakal tahu informasinya habis ini kayaknya. Karena katanya Bung Ani juga udah unboxing kan. Mana sih siapa yang bilang unboxing tadi, di mana? Gue jadi penasaran. Kita coba ke Instagramnya Bung Andi. Mana? Siapa yang bilang Bung Andi udah unboxing? Itu boxnya guys, POCO X5. Oke guys, segitu aja. Thank you banget yang udah temenin gua nih. Buat yang belum like video ini, yuk bantuin like yuk. Bisa dong, kita jadiin 800 deh, coba likes-nya. Oke, sebelum cabut kayak biasa, gua pengen sapa-sapa buat teman-teman. Kalian tungguin aja. Bentar, gua.
Hello everyone, welcome to our
Kok
online
diulang
launch
lagi
event.
sih sama dia?
We're very excited to kickstart the year and be back on stage. The POCO brand will be 5 years old in 2023, and we've done a lot in the last 5 years.
Sabar kasih
Which is
gua
why we launched
waktu.
9 products. 9 products in a year was a challenge for us, but it was a necessary challenge. We saw massive success with multiple models,
Ya,
which
pokoknya
taught us
tungguin aja lah
about
guys.
more about
Okay.
what we should be doing this year. In 2023, we will be showcasing what we learned.
Nggak jadi guys, tungguin aja guys.
Farel,
halo, Erwandi, halo,
Yon
Gaming, Wiweko, Bobby, Bang Surya, Dabu Dabu, Arfi, Rio, Darwin Cendana, X Gaming, Kiki, Kelvin, Bang Surya, Hirzi, Kikok, Rio, Rahmat Alam, Ernawati, Arif Rahmat Afandi, Sabda, Fahri, Sabda, Muhammad Rafi, Jeramel, Kelvin, Bang Surya, Rafiq. Oke. Tadi ada yang ijo-ijo siapa? Tim ijo-ijo Syaifuddin ya? Syaifuddin, Erwandi, thank you ya. Teman-teman geng ijo gua nih. Chairul Rozi, Alifian, Ignacio.
This is our POCO X5 display. Just right for content consumption.
Thank you guys. Sampai ketemu di live streaming selanjutnya. Bye-bye.
Let's talk about performance. In our POCO X5, we will be featuring the Snapdragon 695.